sometimes nobody at all even. You just sit in the front because sometimes other people come in, newcomer, and they don't have to walk or sit in the kitchen. Sit there, sit here, okay? Leave the whole place behind empty, don't care, all right? So anybody, because sometimes working people who far, newcomer, they can always come in. Why sit over there? Just because you want to lean on the wall. Bad boy. Okay, good. I also don't like to tell you things that hurt your ego. I even want to protect your ego and put oil on it, but sometimes it's impossible. Okay, good. Why move with just 2 inches, huh? Yeah, I moved. I'm also moving on my chair. Look, I'm moving. I'm moving. I'm moving, right? 2 inches. What for, huh? You have to know. I say move to the front. Everybody move, yeah? From now, don't sit on the back. Just sit in the front. That's it, okay? Sit on the front. Leave the back empty. They train themselves to become this and that even, yeah? Some people, they go to college and get degree. You're never too old to train, okay? Don't believe that the old horse cannot be trained and all that. We are spiritual person. We are not horse. And even old dogs can be trained, okay? Yeah. Remember these 3 dogs in here? Yeah, everybody told me they are not trained. They are. They are now. Yeah? They're extremely obedient. A lady, the one that I tell to sit, and the black dog say no jump, he don't jump anymore. He sit there with the lady, two of them sit together, like 2 eggs, you know? So beautiful. I never told Boyo to sit. He don't have to because he doesn't jump. Yeah? So he's quiet so he can eat his meal. The other 2 kind of jumpy. So I tell them sit just once, and now they sit every time. Don't say old horse cannot be trained. Even old dog can be trained. Yeah, many dogs they are trained to help other people, not been raised from kids, even from puppies. Because sometimes the police go into the pound, the place where people turn their dogs in because they don't want to take care anymore, or the place that the police or the animal control take the stray dogs, keep them there until somebody adopt them. In some cases, they kill them because they're overpopulated or something like that. So if anybody wants to give the dogs away, don't give it to the pound, give to other disciple or something. Because they might kill your dog within 24 hours. Depends on how crowded the place is. So the dogs in the pound that been picked up and housed in the dogs' pounds, sometimes the police come there and select 1 or 2 of them and go home train them to become helpful dogs. Become like blind person dogs or deaf person dogs or rescue dogs or police dogs accordingly. So they're already old and even stray and even unwanted. Then the police still can train them or the expert can train them. Some people pick them and train them to be different things, to do different things, even movie stars, like for animal film. So do not believe yourself you're too old to train. It's more difficult, but it's not impossible. Train yourself day and night, every time, to be a noble saint that you are. You are already a saint, as your behavior should also be saintly. I told you before that many of the so-called enemies come back into your life, yeah? And into mine as well. For example, you were married before, yeah? And then your husband was disloyal to you and secretly was having an affair with another person without you knowing, yeah? Or sometimes you smell it, you know something wrong, but you cannot get the evidence, yeah? And your husband would not want to tell you. Or your wife. Whatever, yeah, because they change. Sometimes they were husband, sometimes they are wife. And the trouble is with any of the spiritual person or master was that it's not that he or she always lucky to get a positive person as a partner. Many times, and even often, she or he has to endure a wife or a husband who is from the negative enemies, on the negative force, because of the karma that master take upon himself. If he is not crucified, then he's been planted, a spy next to him, like low-level wife or low-level husband, maybe extremely jealous, extremely possessive, or terribly brutal. Make his life, her life is a hell. Or expose him or her to authority, to make him trouble with the police or whatever that is. Even though the master are always good and kind, only do good to people. But because she or he is a negative person, low level, so any action of the husband, of the master husband, not always please the wife. For example, he might hug another woman. Maybe she's old and ugly, but in the wife's heart it's not. It's still another woman. Just hug like a disciple. Sometimes I hug you. Remember? And then if it's an ugly old man with no teeth, okay. But if it's a blonde, even older, not okay. Yeah? And then maybe many times or sometimes the master scold a disciple. And that disciple happened to be the wife's favorite. Yeah? Because he's handsome or he's polite to her or whatever, yeah? In a worldly way, flatter her and then make her feel very pleased. Also, that disciple might be negative as well, low level also. Because the master sometimes accepts everybody. That's why he has a lot of karma. Or at that time, that disciple is still a negative, or it's still low level. He might go up later, but at that time, he's still low level. And he has a good smooth talk habit and pleasing the wife, no ends. Or give her a lot of offering and all that, even though the master say don't take, she takes. So she likes that person, and if the master happen to scold that person, either because he's bad habit or want to cleanse him, and she is unhappy. So she keep marking that, and later she doesn't like it, or she sells him or something like that. Right. So anything could happen. The master, or gossip about the master, or making hell, making trouble for the master. Don't let the master go to preach or group meditation, keep the master at home all the time, making a lot of arguments so that he cannot go, making all kind of excuses so that he cannot go to be with his disciples. Or don't let disciples come into her house, blah, 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 blah. Or very abusive, or very aggressive, or very brutal. Or having affair anytime. And sometimes the master knows it, but he ignores it, yeah? Because what is he to do? Or she might not know about it, but still can feel. Even you, ordinary person, if your husband or wife have an affair, somehow you feel it. Someday you feel something wrong, but sometimes you don't know, but your heart feels something, yeah? So, okay, that kind of person who has betrayed you in the past sometimes come back into your life, any other life. For example, in this lifetime, and he might become the disciple again, and then makes trouble, bringing back all these painful memories. Even though the master is forgiving, of course, that's why he doesn't scold her or him at this present time, doesn't throw her out, and doesn't do anything. Just silently accept all this sorrow that person or the persons bring back with them. Because every person have a pattern of karma. Whatever you do, it doesn't disappear. Remember this. Whatever we do, it doesn't disappear. It's written in our DNA, it's imprinted on our cell, is color in our blood. Anybody who is spiritually elevated or have some psychic power can even read it. So nothing is a secret at all to a universe. Yeah, to the universe, nothing is a secret. So maybe if you are already highly developed and that kind of person come back, you feel it. And maybe he betray you in the last couple of lives and brings back the same person. In last life, maybe he go out with another woman or another man. Cause you a lot of pain. This life, he bring the same, that man, they bump into each other again and become a couple again. This time even more, not secretly anymore, but still together. They joined force. Before they became enlightened, of course they were still with a negative power, no? So they joined force and then they bring back all this kind of more strongly negative suffering, negative karma, the memories of it, and remind you every day so that you cannot forget it. Of course it's not as piercingly painful like when it really happened, but it's still a very sad memory. Painful memory sometimes. If that person stab you before, make you die in a horrible death, it's not pleasant to remember, even though you're not dying like that anymore. If that person betray your trust and sacred love and go out and fool around with somebody else, not because of love, but because of lust or because of just pure badness, then it causes you a lot of pain. And if they bring it back, the memory, even though it's not the actual things happen, but it's still a very sorrowful thing to remember. Understand, right? Yes. Because we are in the human gene pool. So everything affects the human, also affects my feeling. Or else, how do I know if you suffer? If I only know the good, I don't know the bad, then I don't know how other people suffer. I have to know everything, and therefore I'm all open to all kinds, just like you are, yeah? So that I can understand you, so that I can know how humans suffer, and even how the dogs suffer, how the birds suffer, anybody, anything. I'm an open house, and therefore, even though I'm a master, I'm not spared of the pain. Do you understand?
Yes.
Some people think I'm a man. Now you think I'm a stone. You might want to carve a statue out of me. They already did, but not out of me. Yeah? That was for me. There's 6 statues laying all over United States, no? Remember? Ching Day, 6 or 7, 8 even. Yeah. I don't know if it does not look anything like me at all, but it's supposed to be me. Hawaii and
Chicago, right?
other states, different states. Chicago is what they bring it all there, but they put in different states. 8 states, and Hawaii as well. It's 9, eh? The thing is, sometimes, for example, your so-called husband and wife come back and he betray you again and he hurt you again. It's the same thing happen. And the more chance is that he will team with the person that hurt you last time. Same one. Change form only. Maybe last time he was your wife and you were the husband. And this time he is your husband and you are the wife, and he teamed with the mistress last time or something like that. Or the boyfriend last time come back as a whole woman form. Just the same thing, just opposite, and hurt you, and you can feel right away that there's something. Even if you are just friends, yeah? Even if he already met that person before, or maybe he doesn't even marry you this time. He just met that person, but somehow the two of them always like sissy sassy will do something in front of you all the time, just to make you feel like reminding you. This is a subconscious, the vast subconscious is working, yeah? So you know it. So sometimes you just feel, for example, you're not married to this man. Just say a woman, okay, just say you, huh? You're not married to this man, and he is married to somebody else. Or he's just having a girlfriend, which is not you, yeah? And you are single, huh? Or maybe you're married to somebody else already. It has nothing to do with you, okay? And they become your co-workers, or they in your family members, yeah, cousin or whatever, né? Or your friends or your acquaintance, or even your fellow practitioners, yeah? You don't even know the past. You might not know the past, that they have been betraying you as husband and wife and cause you a lot of heartache. You might not know it, but whenever you look at them together, the things they do irritate you, and you feel ugly, you feel filthy. It's not like you feel they are filthy somehow. It's not that you are against sex because you also have husband, eh? But you feel something wrong about them. That is them. That's what it is. You don't have to know the past, you feel it. Okay? Right. Or the enemy, whoever with you, before with you, even though now they're nice to you, you always feel some knot somewhere. A knot somewhere when you see them. Something is not iron now, something not right about them. Then you know they have caused you a lot of pain before. Of course you forgive them, and the best is you don't know the past. Yeah? I'm just saying that in case that happened to you, that you feel irritated about somebody without him even doing anything obviously offensive to you, then you must know that it's not just you, okay? It's him or her. Because of their past, now they still irritate you because their energy, their DNA still written things that your subconscious knows about it and you don't. Yeah? Okay, so don't always blame yourself.